A very warm welcome to you. It is a pleasure as always to have you join us in this edition of the program. As you know, this is where you get first-hand information about events and happenings across the world of business. I am Margaret Mary Osuwor, standing in for Jennifer. On this edition, we begin by joining Faith and her guest on the town hall as they examine the topic driving the retail end of the insurance business in Nigeria beyond Rhetorics. What are the prospects of the retail business in the insurance industry? Do they even have innovative products to drive the retail business? These questions and more were answered in a no-holds-barred manner. Do take a listen.
Retail business entails a lot of information. You must arm yourself with information to know the target market that you want to go into.
On this edition also, we bring you highlights of the 30th anniversary dinner of Continental Reinsurance Plc, Nigeria's second private reinsurance company. Not forgetting also our industry icon segment. All these and more are what we have lined up for your viewing pleasure this week, so sit back, relax and enjoy. Details after the break. Please stay with us.
Do you know if a child, a spouse, a parent, or a sibling depends on you and your income, you need life insurance? A very warm welcome to you. It's always a pleasure to have you join us on the Insurance Industry Town Hall. My name is Faith Uwode. On the Town Hall this week, we'll be looking at a very topical issue that is jamming to the insurance industry. We're looking at driving the retail end of insurance business beyond Rhetorics. In our usual manner, we've gathered an array of eminent personalities to do justice to our topic of discuss. In no particular order, I'd like to invite to join me on set Mr. Ejiofor Ikechukwu Ben Chris, popularly known and addressed by a lot of people as IBC. He's the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Flash Insurance Brokers Limited for over 16 years, and he's still there serving. Mr. Ejiofor was also an assistant manager at Hallmark Assurance Company Limited from 1991 to 1994. He's on the board member of the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers and a chartered insurer. Thank you so very much, Mr. Ejiofor, for joining us on the program. I'd also like to invite to join me on set a friend of the house who's run away for a very long time now, Dr. Kunle Aduloju. He's a senior lecturer at the Department of Assurance Science and Insurance, University of Lagos, which happens to be my school. I won't get tired of saying that. He's written a lot of books on insurance and numerous articles on insurance. He also has a PhD in marketing, so he knows what we are talking about today on the set. Thank you so very much, Doctor, for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
Last but not least, I'd like to invite a friend of this company. We call him on radio Le Prof, Mr. Obina Ashikilezie, who is a research expert and a consultant. Mr. Obina is a fellow of the Chartered Insurance Institute of Nigeria and the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers. He's also an author who has penned a lot of books on insurance in Nigeria. Thank you so very much, bro, for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much.
Once again, thank you, gentlemen, for joining us on the program. Okay, I'm going to start with you, Doctor. For so long, the emphasis of the insurance operators has been on big ticket businesses. We all know the likes of NNPC and Federal Account, Group Life Federal Account. That has led to most companies today running after the same business. Is it an ideal business practice to your mind?
We won't say that it is ideal because running after corporate businesses, either from government or big companies, has not really improved the situation. And when we look at it, it is those companies, those businesses that even give insurance industry some challenges, especially in terms of claim or in terms of unpaid premium. But when we look at the focus on the grassroots, that is the direct businesses, when you compare the claims ratio, you agree with me that that of businesses coming from the grassroots, that is the retail side of it, they are better. So I will like a shift, paradigm shift, from focusing attention on big businesses and to look inward to grassroots. I know that insurance industry is doing something about that, but we expect them to do more.
Okay, now, Mr. Ejiofor, I'm going to come to you. He has said now that most of this, or some of the challenges we've seen in this market is as a result of, it's coming from, in terms of claims, big ticket claims, it's coming from these corporate businesses. But why is it that brokers, your jurisdiction, you guys, it does appear that brokers are not even interested in the retail end of the market? Why is that so?
Actually, brokers are interested in the retail business. But a lot of challenges face brokers. When you talk of grassroots marketing or grassroots business, you are looking at those businesses even in the hinterland, where some of the brokers do not have branches, or marketers to go into. A lot of challenges are facing the brokers, the challenge of over supervision,
When you say over supervision, how does that affect?
By the supervision, Well, the aspect of the marketing I'm talking about, one, retail business entails a lot of information. You must arm yourself with the information to know the target market that you want to go into. Take, for instance, you cannot just enter into the marketplace and start marketing everybody that you see carrying wares. It's not properly segmented, in Nigeria. So this is one of the handicap of the brokers in marketing to the grassroots. Okay,
Mr. Ejiofor, now, when you say the market is not properly segmented, whose duty do you think is to do the segmentation of the market? Is it the operators, the regulators, or you guys that are going to earn commission from the businesses that you get from these people?
Actually, you see, it is the nature of the environment you are in. It is not anybody's problem, but everybody's problem to handle. Both the brokers, all hands must be on deck. The brokers must play a role. The supervision must play a role. That is, the government must play a role. The underwriters must equally play a role. It is not anybody's, exclusive duty to have this segmentation properly done. So it is our collective duty.
Okay, Mr. Obinna, do you agree with what Mr. Ejiofor said in terms of segmentation of the retail market?
Well, I will put it this way. When you are talking of segmentation, definitely it's the duty of the organization that is marketing the products. So segmentation from the intermediary point of view means that the brokers should understudy the market, then decide to classify it, how to get to those people involved. But that's that. But in the other way, I agree with Dr. Adoloju that there is need for us to seriously shift from the corporate clients. Because if you go outside this country, discover that it's the retail business that holds the ass, yes. And another thing we equally have to, maybe because of the way we classified, because if you go outside, they are not even talking of retail, they are talking of commercial line and the personal lines. And where you are talking of the personal lines, there should be a separate department that have responsibility, have targets of getting to these people. So once you have that, and they know that their own responsibility is not to run after NNPC, not to run after Cadbury or USC. They know that they have a responsibility of meeting those people on the streets. As marketers, I don't believe that you need to know the people. Nothing stops you from working to, it's part of those things when we are learning how to sell. They say, you start selling from those you know, and you start venturing to those people you don't know. So even somebody in the beer parlor anywhere, you can actually get those targets. But then the problem is that we still have a mindset.
When you say
we, the practitioners,
okay.
the industry,
okay.
A mindset that if not for the corporate business,
we won't be in existence.
We won't be in existence. Well, that's from the general, because if you equally take it this way, I've done a little study on the life aspect. You discover that most companies rely more on the agents in order to get these individual businesses.
Is that a bad thing?
Nothing. I mean, then there was equally a study we did some other time, and we tried to look at the number of agents and the volume of individual business. You discover that those companies that have so many agents, their volume of individual premium income for life for individual business are very high than those ones that have very few agents. I believe that there is need for us to start looking inwards, saying if the life arm could use these people to do that, nothing stops us from looking at the agency, restructuring it in such a way that we can do the same thing in the non-life aspect.
Okay, now, Mr. Adelojo, you were warming up to say something. Yes. Maybe, yes.
Just let me take it from where Mr. Albina stops. I just want to share an experience of what is happening in China, the emerging market. Okay. When you look at the current records in Swiss Re, the emerging market is the fastest growing insurance market in the world, and especially China. And why do we need to look at China example, whether Nigeria will be able to learn from it? Before liberalization of insurance market in China in 1992, there was this problem of selling insurance in China. An insurance agent, somebody did a study and classified the professions according to how people view them, their reputation. Out of 100 professions choosing, insurance salesperson is number 90. And the same position with the prostitute. Another seller. That's the research.
Oh, good. That's in China.
In China then.
Maybe you should do that here.
In China then. So they classify them as, so we, that research, a lot of interview for a number of agents. Let me give you experience of two of the agents. One of them said that after a supervisor discussed with him, he asked him to go and discuss insurance matter with 100 householders. So when the person returned, the master asked him, how is the market? He said, the market is bad. He said, how many rejection? Out of 100, he said, 101 rejection. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, apart from 100 people that rejected me, I rejected myself. So another example they gave, somebody was, a mother was doing a lesson with her son, primary school. So an insurance agent knocked at the door. He opened and said, what are you looking for? He said, I want to introduce you to life insurance. He said, don't you see that I'm busy training my child? I don't want my child to end up selling insurance. So that was the situation in China, but things have changed. There is this company in China, which is the company, is the largest insurance company in China. It's known as Ping An. That Ping An shows that they develop their agents. Because in China, somebody will work as an agent for 3 months, he will disappear. Either as a result of frustration.
Just like
in Nigeria. That's why I say that we have a similar situation. So that company, they introduced, because there's an American company that established in China, and they learn from the method. The method they use now is not just for the agents, aggressive marketing, just go and people look at them as disturbing. So they try to train the mind, the emotion, how they can deal with rejection, how they can. So, and as a result of that, the life insurance is growing astronomically in China. That company alone, that Epigan company, as at the end of 2016, that company had 131 million insurance policy.
Wow.
What is the total insurance policy we have in Nigeria? 3 million. Compared with 131 million insurance policy, one company. And the agents have about, the agents, number of his agents is about 31 million agents. So if we can try to see how we can improve in the training of our agents, help them to be able to manage the rejection and apathy, I think that one will go a long way. And that company, like I mentioned, is the largest insurance company in China. And even as at last year, the number of agents that the company recruits increased by 28%.
Wow.
They have penetrated nook and corners of China. So if you can do that, something similar to that, you will see that we'll be able to grow the insurance business in the country.
Alright, welcome back. Thanks for still staying with us. Moving on now, we'll bring you highlights of Continental Reinsurance PLC's 30th anniversary dinner that was held recently in Lagos. From modest beginnings, the company in the past 30 years has grown to become a major powerhouse in the reinsurance business across Africa. The company currently operates from 6 strategic locations across the continent through a combination of regional and sub-regional offices. The dinner was to say thank you to friends and partners for their support over the past 30 years and to count on their continued support and partnership in the coming years. Do enjoy it.
Continental Reinsurance Plc is a world-class Pan-African private reinsurer. The company was started operations in 1987 as a general reinsurer, has today grown to be a major powerhouse in reinsurance business, not just in Nigeria, but in Africa. The board, management and staffers recently rolled out the drums to celebrate the company's 30th anniversary at the Crown Plaza, Victoria Island, Lagos. It was a roll call of friends, business associates from across the continent and beyond. Welcoming guests to the dinner, the chairman of the company, Chief Ajibola Agushola, said that for Continental Reinsurance PLC to remain the premier Pan-African reinsurer, they must be adaptable to change.
Anticipating the future, our vision for Continental Re remains to be the premier Pan-African reinsurer. Ours is a permanent view on Africa, not just long or permanent, not just long or very long, but a permanent one. In order to realize our objectives, we recognize that we must be nimble and highly adaptable to change to enable Continental Re take advantage of the immense opportunities that abound across its continent and beyond.
Listed on the floors of the Nigerian Stock Exchange in 2007, the board of the company today is made up of a rich blend of tested professionals across the globe. In his brief remarks, the Managing Director and Chief Executive, Dr. Femi Oyetunji, used the occasion to thank stakeholders who had been with the company from inception.
For as long as I can remember, we have delivered profitable results year after year, and we have consistently paid dividend to our shareholders, increasingly from year to year. So we do have every reason to celebrate because our company has provided good business and good returns to our stakeholders. But I'm not standing here this evening as we celebrate 30 years of successful business to beat our chests and to tell you what we've done, how we've done it, but to say a very big thank you to everyone here present because you made it possible. 30 years is a long time in the life of a company. And statistics show that most businesses fail in the first 5 years. So for us to be celebrating 30 years today, we must especially recognize the pioneer shareholders, directors, and staff of a great company. They steered this company through the early years by toiling day and night to ensure its sustainability.
Since starting operations in Nigeria 30 years ago, the company has made it top priority to develop an extensive network of offices to reach their numerous clients across Africa. This is done through their regional and subsidiary offices in Nigeria, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Tunisia, Kenya, and the latest addition, Botswana. Delivering his keynote address, the special guest of honor, Engineer Akin Laguda, who was chairman of the company from 2000 to 2013, spoke on what he titled Reflections on Africa Reinsurance. In his address, Engineer Laguda took guests down memory lane of the challenges they faced during the recapitalization exercise of 2007.
We do not understand the difference between direct insurance and reinsurance. But at the end of the day, we were lucky to sail through, but the lessons learned there was that once we were not able to get the support of those who thought would help us initially, we had the support of ECP. And of course, it is our duty to let people understand thereafter, because we have to return some funds, because it was at the last minute that people were just bringing in funds. But since we have this commitment from ECP, we found that we have to readjust our spread. And what I would like to say this evening, as part of the challenges which this body would like to have a look as to part of your growth, you are quoted on the stock exchange, is to let them understand too that investing in reinsurance is a long-term business and they must try to be patient. And luckily, as mentioned by the CEO, we have been almost every year for the past 10, 11 years, we have been declaring dividend, increasing dividend for that matter. So that will be a situation that people should understand that there will be good return on investment.
The 30th anniversary dinner also provided a veritable platform for the company to recognize some of their long-serving employees and a director on the board. There is no doubt Continental Reinsurance Plc have exceeded expectations given its modest beginning as they continue the next phase of perhaps another 30 years. Many are confident that this company proudly serving Africa will remain true to its core values of commitment, responsiveness, sustainability, and trust.
is where we draw the curtains on this episode of the program. I do hope you enjoyed every moment spent with us. But join us again next week for yet another exciting package. Until then, feel free to connect with us across all our social media platforms. You can also visit our website at www.almondfinancereports.com. Also remember that this program airs on BCOS television every Thursday by 6 p.m. I am Margaret Mary Osupo. Enjoy this hilarious Geico commercial as our parting shot this week. Bye.
Mm-mm.